Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my kitchen. And yes, this really is my kitchen. Today I'm making beef and noodles.
Before the video starts, grab the subscribe button. We are giving away a set of Spurtles. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and leave a comment. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we will draw a random winner.
And my Instapot, which is really easy and it doesn't take that long. Right now, I have about 1.5 pounds of stew meat browning up in my pot, and I have it on saute. And this always helps bring everything up to temperature. So, let me get my teaspoon out. And we will be using a teaspoon. And I'm going to add garlic on the counter. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon, a good teaspoon of garlic powder in there. I'm not going to use any onion powder because I am going to put an onion in there. And I'm going to use a teaspoon of paprika. And then I am going to get out my tablespoon and I'm going to put a couple tablespoons, 2 to be exact, of Worcestershire sauce. That's going to bring out the boldness. And I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to make me some broth. And I'm going to mix that up in there. And we're going to scrape the bottom of that pan to get up all the goodness and all the juices. This is a fast, easy meal if you come home and from work and you don't have anything ready, and your stew meat, which I use, you can use roast, you can use stew meat, but I use stew meat because it's a cheaper, most of the time with beef the way it is now, but it's usually the cheapest, and in the Instapot, I can get it up there to a good temperature. And a good temperature, and it will just automatically tenderize it. That's what's good about an Instapot, is you can take a cheaper kind of meat and make it tender. I'm not afraid of pressure cookers. My mother had been using one. She taught me while we were at home how to use one. And at that time, they weren't electric. At that time, they were sit on the stove kind. And I learned how to cook in one. And I never regretted it. So this right here doesn't bother me. So I'm going to pepper it well. I like pepper. And I'm going to add just a little bit of salt because I am going to use this right here, and I'm going to make up a liquid. And I'm going to put about 2 cups of water into this to cook it under pressure. So I'm just going to use a good tablespoon of this. It's bone broth concentrate is exactly what it is. And I usually use better than bouillon, but man, I love this stuff. You can even make it, like if somebody's sick, you can make a cup of it and, you know, put it in the microwave. They have beef and chicken, and I really, really like the taste of it, and it's just really good. Now I'm going to pour that in. And that's plenty. I'll add more later. And I'm going to stir this around. They tell you to remove the beef out of the pot and then deglaze your bottom of your pot. And that's getting up all the good brown stuff. But I don't do that. I just use my little spurtle here, and it scrapes up everything. So now what I'm going to do, and I am going to put this on. Everything's in there. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it off, cancel everything. I'm going to hit pressure cook. I'm going to go up to 20 minutes, and it's going to come on automatically for me. There it is. It's going on. It's got to come up to temperature and then cook for 20 minutes. Once it's done cooking, I'm going to let it release naturally for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to do a quick release, and then we'll be back. I didn't think there'd be much left. I had to have him. I scared Shawn when I put him in the drawer. Oh, look at that. Smells wonderful. And I want to check doneness. Look at that, just falls apart. It's ready. Now, I have a bag of noodles here. I'm going to switch this to cancel and hit saute again. It's on 30 minutes. And I'll put my noodles in there. There's only 2 of us, so. And what I'm going to do is get some hot water. Add some in there to cover the noodles. And that's about 2 cups there, in there. And then I'm going to add just a little more of this. And I'm not using the full thing. I just put a squeeze in there from the moisture and everything from the, I just put a squeeze in there because the flavoring is going to be already from the beef cooking in the water in that other beef broth. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to taste it. Add some salt and another thing of pepper. Usually, if you guys weren't here, I'd use 2 spoons. I mean, we'd only use 1 spoon instead of 2. I'm going to get a little bit of this out. Some beef bouillon, better than bouillon. I like mine to be a little more beefy. And I'll just stir that in there. And put it in there and kind of stir it around. Maybe just a little bit more. And what I'm going to do now is put my lid on and let it cook until my noodles are done. And then we'll be back. Okay, we're about done. I'm going to take a little bit of this butter and I'm going to put it in there. In fact, I'll probably just put the whole thing in there. It's about 1/4 of a cup. That's just going to add some flavor to that broth and up it one more, another elevation here. I don't know if you've ever used this. It's called Wondra, and it's by Gold Medal Flour. And it's great when you want just a little thickness. And that's what I want. I just want a little thickness in this broth. And I don't want it to get real thick and gross, but I just want it to adhere to the noodles. And this stuff will do it. No need to mix it in water with like you do with cornstarch or milk or anything. You can just pour it right into the hot liquid. A couple tablespoons will do it. And you can just mix it around. And we're going to just let this cook for another minute or so. You don't have to cook it forever to get the flour taste out or the cornstarch taste. It is wonderful when you're using different sauces and stuff. You can make gravy with it. You can make white sauce with it. And I love this stuff. It's quick mixing flour. And it is all-purpose flour, so it's not gluten-free, just so you all know that. And sometimes if I need a little more, I can add a little more, and I think that's going to do it. So I probably did about 2.5 tablespoons. Yeah, I can see it thickening now. So as you can see, it's sticking to my spoon more than anything. So the next thing I'm going to do, which is going to help thicken it, a few shakes of Parmesan cheese in there. Also another layer of flavor. And I'm going to turn this off. It's done. The next thing I'm going to do, you can add parsley to this if you want some little greens. You can cook what you need in it. Whatever you want. You can put peas and carrots. But we like it like this. And I'm going to sprinkle some more cheese on the top. And of course, you all know I'm a pepper freak. So I'm going to add some pepper. And there you have it. My beef and noodles. All ready to go and all ready to eat. And if you want more broth and you want it a little thicker, just thicken it up more. And just pour some on the top. Some of that broth looks really good. There we go. There you have it. Beef and noodles the easy way. I thank you for joining my kitchen. I love doing this for you all. And I'll see you next time in Rebecca's kitchen. Bye.